Sometimes I question why I even bother torturing myself. I mean, do I just give up and just, allow people to just eat each other? What do I do? Because David Pakman has continually defended the corruption of the Biden administration. But Jimmy Dore claims to do it from the right. Or, sorry, Jimmy Dore is doing it from the right. He claims to be doing it from the left. David Pakman isn't even a leftist anymore because if he was, he would be supporting Marianne Williamson in the primary and he would be supporting Cornell West in the general election, but he's just smearing Cornell West now. He's just smearing him. And I want to see what is going on here.
I wasn't going to cover this story about Cornell West owing more than $500,000 in taxes and child support, mostly because I just don't really care about Cornell West's candidacy for president. But a bunch of people wrote to me about it, and everybody had some version of the same question. Is it fair game in evaluating Cornell West as a candidate to consider that he owes $500,000 in taxes and child support? I think it's a really interesting question. Let me first tell you what is being reported by ABC News.
First of all, I don't think that anyone is asking that question. I genuinely don't think that. Secondly, I don't like why should we trust what ABC News says? ABC News wants Biden to be president. Like, it's not that hard to understand that ABC News is literally corporate wing of the Democratic Party, just like how Fox News is, the corporate wing of the Republicans. It's not like David is so fucking broken that he doesn't understand that, and he's so morally corrupt and maybe even physically with his money. Maybe he's corrupt. I think the money's gone to his head and he wants to keep the status quo going, but he seems to be okay with black people and he seems to be okay with um gay people and he seems to be okay with trans people and he only hates the Republicans. He never ever goes against Biden. As a matter of fact, the only Democrats that he ever attacks are left-wing Democrats, like real leftists. But yet he claims to be a progressive. So just don't claim to be one because you're fucking not one. You're fucking not one. You're just not one. So don't lie about it, David. There's no need to lie about it. There's no need to lie about it.
Green Party candidate Cornell West owes more than $500,000 in taxes and child support, according to records. Records show that Cornell West owes nearly $466,000 in federal income taxes from 2013 until 2017. This came after he accrued and later repaid a debt of nearly $725,000 from 1998 to 2005
Oh
and
wow.
more than $34,000 in 2008.
Wow.
Additionally, West has an outstanding $49,500 child support judgment from 2003, records
Wow.
show. The tax debts have not been paid as of 30 days ago. The outstanding child support payment is owed to Aitul Gertis, his former partner and mother of one of his children. It's not clear how long West didn't pay child support. New Jersey family lawyer Kathleen Stockton says the amount of money appears substantial. The average child support obligation is about $5,800 per year, making West's $50,000 more than 8 times that. So listen, here's the question. So let me say a few different things. I already did not consider Cornell West to be a serious candidate, and I've
Ah,
explained why. And it has nothing to do with him owing $500,000 in taxes and child support. Here's the question. Should this matter, or is this merely a personal issue for Cornell West? Should we be considering this? Is it fair?
if it um if anybody with a functioning brain can genuinely tell me that Cornell West owing money in taxes is just as bad as Hunter Biden making an insane amount of money working on that board in Burisma is the same as Jared Kushner taking $2 billion from the Saudi government, is the same as Joe Biden taking Ukraine money, is the same as Donald Trump taking Saudi money, then you guys are sick in the head. Genuinely. MAGA and Biden people, you're both crazy and you're both insane. You're both sick in the head. And David Pakman is a defender of the establishment. He's a defender of the status quo. Period. I don't care. I don't care how many friends or how many enemies I fucking make on here. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. At a time where our country is falling apart, where the infrastructure is literally crumbling, where we have millions dying because they can't afford healthcare, college, child care. They don't have UBI. They don't have a living wage. People are suffering. People work 3 jobs and they can't pay rent for a 1 bedroom apartment, David. It doesn't fucking matter. You should support Cornell West just for that alone. The fact that Joe Biden had an opportunity to do economic reform for generations to come, and he sat on his ass eating ice cream. Genuinely, you have Donald Trump, who for 4 years fucked the American people over, and now Biden he literally kept the same economic policies that Trump has put in place. He kept them. He kept them. He hasn't done anything incremental to help the people. Nothing. Nothing. He pulled out of Afghanistan. That was a wonderful thing. He has signed the Made in America bill, but he's going to be dead before it gets implemented. Okay? Like, he has done good things. He's been a better president than Trump was, at least in my own point of view. Not that much better, but better. But it's not good enough to just be a little bit better than Donald fucking Trump. That's not good enough. We needed an FDR. That was Bernie Sanders. And David Pakman instantly, as soon as Bernie Sanders lost, didn't even put up a fight. David Pakman's a fraud. David Pakman's a liar. David Pakman is bought and paid for, just like Jimmy Dore, just like Jackson Hinkle. Bought and paid for. Easy. Easy. Period. I don't care.
Game for evaluating his candidacy or not. Let's make both cases. Case number one is shouldn't matter at all. Cornell West's personal finances are irrelevant to his candidacy. Leaders can excel in public office despite personal flaws, whether it's unpaid taxes or affairs or whatever the case may be. The focus should be policy, not personal issues. Personal attacks distract from policy debate. And every minute we're talking about Cornell West owing child support, we're not talking about his policy on climate change or whatever the case may be. And also that individuals might have personal issues that are generated by broader systemic problems. And if Cornell West has systemic solutions, it might prevent the sort of personal problems that he has. And anyway, if he did something wrong, everybody deserves a chance at redeeming themselves. Okay, that's one argument. That's one argument. This stuff shouldn't matter at all. Fine. Second argument is no, 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 no. Divorce shouldn't matter. But something like not paying taxes, which taxes are related to what presidents do, and not paying child support, which relates to women's rights, it relates to children. It should matter. It should matter because leadership and character and integrity are important.
Oh
And if
my
you evade
God. Oh my God. Integrity, leadership, integrity and leadership. In integrity, integrity, integrity. You want to talk about integrity, integrity, integrity. You're literally smearing Cornell West for integrity, integrity. You're coming at it from the angle of integrity? Are you fucking kidding me, David? Integrity? Do we need to get started on President Biden? Are we going to talk about President Biden? Are we going to talk about President Biden? Do not make me talk about President Biden. I will tell you about integrity. He tried to cut so many times Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid. He's on video. He in the 60s tried to stop African Americans from riding on a bus while Bernie Sanders was getting arrested with Martin Luther King. There are two different sides of this story. Integrity, David, integrity. You're gonna sit here and talk about integrity, David fucking Pakman. You're gonna talk about integrity. There's no way. There's no way. No, no. There's no way. There's no way. People are dying. I'm in medical debt, and you're talking about integrity as a reason to vote for Joe Biden over Cornell West? People are suffering. I'm suffering. I'm suffering. Donate to the Patreon. I'm suffering. I'm suffering. And many, many millions of people along with me are suffering, David. And you're talking about integrity? I don't give a shit. Do you know what integrity would be? Giving people health care. Giving people health care would be integrity. Do you know what would be integrity and leadership? Giving people a living fucking wage so they can pay their fucking rent. That would be integrity, David. That would be integrity. But that's not integrity. All you care about is character. Character, character. You're going to talk to me about character. Please.
Paid taxes, you're contradicting a stance on economic justice that everyone must pay their fair share. And these are the taxes he was supposed to pay and he didn't pay them. And when you don't pay child support, you're signaling a lack of concern over gender equity, and leaders must be responsible and you must be personally trustworthy to be publicly trustworthy.
Publicly trustworthy? Public, publicly trustworthy? I know you're not saying that. Publicly trust. Oh my god. Oh my god. Publicly trustworthy. Dude, it's not even 9:30 in the morning. Trustworthy. Yo. I'm I'm 100% sober, but I want whatever David's on. I I want to live in a world where President Biden is publicly trustworthy.
That's pretty convincing when it comes to these particular issues. So here is my view at the end of the day on this. The child support, I do think you can argue if he doesn't keep his basic responsibility to children with ex-partners,
Oh my
do we
god.
really want him making policy that impacts women and children?
Oh my god.
Maybe they're separate things, but there does seem to be some overlap. In terms of back taxes, tax policy is a huge issue when it comes to presidential responsibilities. If you
Dude, Hunter Biden got millions of dollars being on a board in Burisma. I don't give a shit if Cornell. First of all, I don't believe the story. It was written by ABC. But secondly, even if I grant that the story's true, I don't care because Cornell West has been staunch on the record for nearly 70 years about what his views are on things. I don't care. I don't care.
you just don't pay your taxes and then you show up and you say, I want to make tax policy. I don't know about that. Now, you might hear me saying this and you say, David, if his tax policy is good, who cares? If he doesn't pay, then they should go after him like they did with Hunter Biden, which, by the way, are they going after Cornell West like they did to Hunter Biden? But that's a different story. My instinct on this.
Oh, oh, my heart palpitations. Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna die doing this video. Oh my god. You're kidding me, right? David, you're joking, right? Oh my god. You're actually defending Hunter Biden over Cornell West. That's fucking crazy to me. That's actually wild. How could you ever have called yourself a supporter of Bernie Sanders? You should be ashamed of yourself.
This is. It's not black or white. It's not either personal issues matter or they don't matter. If the personal issues are related to the office you are seeking, then I believe it does matter. And to me, not paying taxes and not paying child support are issues of economic justice,
I didn't
gender
pay.
equality, responsibility. So it does matter. However, his candidacy was already a non starter for me for all of the reasons I've already outlined, both
Well, it's
about
not
Cornell
shocking.
West and the Green Party. Let me know what you think.
I think you're a coward, and I think you're a cook, and I think that you're an establishment shill. Shall I? Shall I keep? Shall I keep going? I don't think you want me to keep going. I'm not even gonna put a outro into this video. I'm just gonna let it go up. You all know where to find me. You all know all of my links. I'm out. I'm pissed. See y'all later. Peace.